Yeah, I guess that makes them no better than me, though, right? So it's like, I don't know. Yeah,
I guess that's one way to look at it.
That angle. Who wants to be as big a piece of shit as I am?
That actually, you know what that is?
Sometimes you got twisted for what you
I
want.
like that.
You know what that is? Brilliant.
Yeah.
That's like Donald Trump being
look,
like, oh, well,
Nadu.
he's as bad as I am now. You all hate me, right? It's another edition of KFC Radio on the Barstool Sports Network. Feitelberg is back from his Wimbledon trip where he did not go to Wimbledon.
No, I didn't. You want to see where I watched Wimbledon from?
Your hotel?
Worse. I had a worse seat. I flew to London for that kind of seat.
Oh, no. Just standing outside the pub.
Dude,
That's funny.
That was the second pub we went to. The first pub I did have a seat, but everything closes at like 7 on Sunday, so we had to go find another one, and I watched there. I had a great time still. Unbelievable trip. Unbelievable city.
Well, yeah, I mean, spoiler alert, you're not a tennis fan. It
I
doesn't
am
really
a tennis
matter.
fan.
I mean, you are, but
well,
it's not
too,
like, you know, if you went to like a Patriots game and didn't get to go, it'd be like, oh, fuck. This is like, whatever.
No. It was like the Wimbledon was wrapped into like seeing my buddy and all kinds of stuff.
Yeah.
But because I met up with my buddy and a couple of his friends who are British guys, we watched Wimbledon with all them. And someone had asked, we were at this pub, and someone had asked, it was Alcaraz Sinner, if you don't know. And someone had asked, where's Sinner from? And I said, Italy. And this British guy was like, fuck off, mate. And I was like, well, he is Italian. There's flags right there next to his name.
Yeah.
And he's like, Northern Italy's just fucking Germany, mate. And I was like, oh, okay. He's like, he speaks fucking German, you know. and I was like, okay, like, my bad. It seems like you don't like Sinner very much. And he's like, fuck Sinner and fuck Germany. And I was like, oh, you're about this.
Yeah.
Like, why do you? I know why you hate Germany. Like, I'm getting the vibe of why you're saying this, but and I agree. But I fundamentally understand it's not them. It was
That's a little while ago.
It wasn't them.
Yeah.
And he was like, look, mate. First of all, fuck Germany. Second of all, fuck Germany. And he goes, and third of all, fuck Germany. Because obviously, yes, they did all kinds of horrible shit, the Holocaust and all that, right? And then he's like, but to my grandmother, he's like, they used to do psychological warfare where they'd fucking, during the Blitz, they'd have people, civilians, thinking that the bombs were coming then. And my grandmother, her whole childhood, she fucking thought bombs were falling on her. And I'm not ready to forgive that, mate. Right? And I was like, well, that's a great answer.
Yeah.
Usually that up to point number 1.
And usually I'm like, I don't like this guy because he beat my team. I like the other guy playing tennis.
And I was thinking about how it's so cool how and obviously horrible, but it's so cool that in Europe they have these rivalries with their countries that are based in sport and insanity that's happened, and it's not just
history,
randomly we hate if you asked an American what's your deal with Mexico? I'm like, fucking hate Mexico.
Yeah.
Why? He's like, too many fucking Mexicans. That's not. That guy had a good one about Germany. He had a good reason.
I've never heard Northern Italy is just Germany. I feel like that's a pretty big stretch.
As I understand, the Alps. Again, this was a very brief conversation. So
I guess yeah. If you told me where are the Alps, my first thing wouldn't be like, oh, that's Italian.
Yeah, the northern Swiss and German.
Yeah, it was the Swiss
French
Alps
are all
I wouldn't even say they're German.
He was like, they're all just the same up there. But it also helps that everyone's just white, and you're like, yeah, you can just fucking hate people. That fucking rules.
Yeah, there's no reason to not.
I just hate that fucking country because they were a dick to my grandmother once, and I'm gonna die with that hate.
Dude, they're also Europe's just so weird how it's all on top of each other. The same way that we might be like, ugh, Jersey's gross. It's a whole other country.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So,
they have they speak a different language. There's a different reason for more tribalism, whereas we're all just Americans.
Right.
So we still root for Jersey and stuff like that.
You cross a border and it's new food, new language, new architecture, new everything. I mean, I guess you could say that about fucking Jersey too, but
Would you say that? Oh, Florida is probably the most statist, racist statist.
Like yeah,
are
we
against,
can
yeah.
openly be like fuck Florida.
Fuck Florida,
Yes,
yeah.
Florida for sure.
I was at like an event the other day, and there were mini hamburgers coming around. My friend's like boyfriend is British, and he was like, "Oh, they have like, little baby hamburgers here," and I was like. I don't know what came over me, but I dead face was like, we call them fucking sliders around here. In America, we call them
If
sliders.
you're gonna be in America, you speak fucking English. That's a slider, son.
And he was like, that was the most racist thing you've ever said.
The another thing, I don't even know if you know about this storyline because you weren't here when it happened. I was interviewing Henry Golding, and do you know about how that ended? So it ended. I was kind of scrambling. I didn't have a ton left. I was like, I got 10 more minutes. I got nothing to fill. And
You've come a long way, my friend. You really have.
I knew I'd gone to lunch with Nate the day before, and he gave me, I paid for my card. He gave me $100 cash. And I was like, I remembered this old story that I heard and it was like, give him $100. And I told him,
I did see that.
Yeah.
I did see that. That's awesome, by the way.
So I told him all that.
That's
right?
a great, it'll probably just we got to find someone who really does that.
Yeah.
So that it keeps going, you know what I mean? That we can keep track of it or something like that. Because he's probably just going to never do it. But.
Well, so he was, part of it was, so also during the interview.
Finish explaining for people who might not know.
So I gave Henry Golding $100 and I told him, you can't break it, but you have to give it away today in the next 24 hours. It can be to a homeless guy. It can be to the person scooping your ice cream. It can be to the delivery driver. It doesn't matter. It can be to your friend, but just it's a fun story to whatever have. And he thought it was cool. He liked it. But earlier in the interview, I had confessed to him that I've never seen most of his most popular movies because they're movies that people tell me I would love, and I just feel a pressure to watch them, and then I don't. I start it and I don't really enjoy it because I'm like, everyone says I gotta like this, and I'd never seen The Gentleman or Ministry of Ungentlemanly Warfare, which are two Guy Ritchie movies.
I was gonna say, I think you definitely like The Gentleman.
I
don't know the other one, but
they're movies that they having seen the trailers, all that stuff. They're movies that I would love, and everyone tells me they love them, but I just get, I don't know.
I hear you.
And so he was like, he goes, because we had talked about London as well, and at the end of me giving $100, he's like, here's what we'll do. You watch my movies, I'll give away this $100. We'll meet in London for a pint. I'll tell you the story. You tell me how you like my movies. I was like, done deal. Love it. And I didn't tell my friend. I didn't tell anybody. It was just a surprise I was going to drop on him.
Yeah.
So we're out to dinner Friday night. Now, also something important here. The service in London sucks. It's the only country.
Fuck London!
It's the only country I've had an issue with just regular service anywhere.
Kind of like all of Europe, I feel like.
Did they know you
I
were
don't know,
American?
Italy sucks.
France, I've been fine. Italy, I've been fine. London, I was not.
Were you openly American? Do you think that they were like, fuck this American?
For the Wi-Fi? What did I say?
I thought you meant waiter service.
Service.
So, I'm sorry.
It's like, what the fuck? The Wi-Fi.
No.
I thought you meant you had a problem with the waiter service.
Okay, I understand the confusion
Yeah,
there.
okay.
No, I meant like my Wi-Fi service or my cell service. And so at dinner, I had acknowledged, this service sucks here. And then at the end of dinner, I was like, you got a little surprised, I think Henry Golding might come meet us for a beer.
Oh, no.
Right? And my buddy's
You got to have that in the bag before you say something. You crazy?
My buddy's like, what? I'm like, yeah, I think Henry Golding's going to come. So I send him a text, and I obviously workshopped this text, and I'm thinking about it.
I can't even imagine how much you agonized over that.
From the moment he said that for the next 3 weeks, it was just like, what's the, because even after the show when we exchanged numbers, I was like, look, I get how press works and stuff like that. You don't have to come meet me for a beer. I get it's a cool.
We're just
clip.
telling stories.
Go watch fucking Old Guard 2, but I get you don't have to come. You don't have to make my vacation nice.
Right.
And he's like, no, man, I mean it. Let's meet up. So I felt like it was real in the moment, and it was. But
It's over DMs.
What's up?
It's just DMs.
No, we exchanged phone numbers.
Oh, sorry. Okay.
So we exchanged phone numbers. So we get there, and I text him, and it doesn't go through. It just goes green bubble. And now everyone at the table is making fun of me. They're like, you blocked your number, you fucking loser. Right? And I'm like, I don't think so. I was like, I really don't think I would have done it unless I believed this. And I try to send it again, green bubble. Right? I'm like, the service sucks in here. Right? Everyone's like, the service just sucks. Service sucks. I'll text him when we're outside. He'll be here in a minute. Right? Get outside. I'm still sending the text. It's not going through. I'm like, all right. But then as I send that text, I realize I haven't watched the fucking movies. I completely spaced. I forgot to watch the movies. So I'm like, all right, thank God they're not going through because I haven't even held
can't
up
hold
my
the
end of the
bargain.
bargain.
Yeah.
So I go home, fucking watch The Gentleman, and then I wake up the next morning and I have a text from him, and I'm like, and I was like, oh, it says like, hey, bro, I'm in Mallorca or whatever. It's just like something like that.
I thought it was gonna be like, I was at the bar. Where the fuck were you?
And then I was looking at this thread of text. And I'm like, thank God none of these went through. And as I'm reading his text, bang!
Oh my god!
And it just goes through. It's like, hey, Henry, here in London. It's the worst. It was bro. I'm telling you, right? Like, it was. I'm gonna puke. I'm gonna show you this text because it was like
This stuff nightmares are made of.
It could not have gone worse for me. Like I'm reading that text and I'm just like finally settling in. Like, okay, he didn't block my number. It's all good.
Yo, brother,
and then that blue popped. I didn't type it. That blue just went, and I was like, no.
Yo, brother, man, I'm in Mallorca, Spain. Had a family holiday till Sunday night. Do you leave that day? Hey, Henry, just getting settled in London. I wanted to let you know we're staying at the Langham through Sunday night and happy to meet up with you anywhere. And obviously, if your place jam, that's all right.
It couldn't have been worse.
Oh, man. That is brutal.
It couldn't have been worse.
It always sends now. It's kind of like, I don't know, something happened in the...
That's
happened to me a million times.
If it doesn't
That
go
didn't used
through
to happen.
initially, it should just never go through until
Yeah,
you
yeah,
click
yeah.
and say send.
To have it have been green the whole time, and then and I obviously I read it in the morning, so I'd been in the hotel, I'd been on the hotel Wi-Fi, like why it went through in that moment, just as I was starting to feel okay.
Yeah.
Just the
That's poetry right there. That's how it unfolds. He's the man, though. I love that.
he's
dude.
the best.
He's great.
He's the best.
So you
What-
didn't end up...
Never met him.
Never met him. Did watch The Gentleman though. Love that. That fucking movie rocks.
Yeah, telling you that's a good one for you. I don't know the other one, but I'm sure you'll like it.
Yeah, Ministry on Gentleman Warfare. That one came out like last year, maybe 2 years ago. It's him and Henry Cavill.
Hell yeah.
I actually still haven't seen that one, but The Gentleman fucking rolled.
I watched the Balloon Boy doc.
Oh God, how are you not in that?
Right? I will admit that they had a bunch of tweets popping up, and I was like, I gotta be in this. Or at least a blog or something. We were not in that. Do you guys know that story?
Like, run it by me again?
Go watch this documentary. It's 50 minutes. It's in and out. It might be my favorite news story ever.
It was
Like I don't expect anybody else to think that, but like for me, it was
for you personally.
Yeah,
yes.
like it was probably my second week, first couple months. I can't remember exactly when, but it was like August or September of 2009, I believe. So it was like when I first started the job.
Oh, was it that early?
I think so.
Thought I was in New York. I would have said
Maybe I'm
2010.
wrong. I mean, I guess we can just look this up. I thought it was early on. At least I've been telling people that forever. Falcon.
I can just vaguely remember me sitting in my apartment that I had.
October 09.
October 09.
Yeah.
So did I start Barstool October 09 or did I start? No, I must have started October 10.
But you might have been like in New York.
Yeah. I don't know. Whatever.
But yeah, so I started I think August 15th, 09. So that's like literally exactly 2 months to the date. And it was the first blog where, at least for me, I'm sure Dave maybe had a couple moments like this on Boston, but I don't even know. It might have been like the first time this really happened at Barstool. It was like a true live blog. Like I remember, this is back when like our comment section really mattered and people like knew each other and had names that you recognized, and it was like actual feedback. And I put up this blog and it had like 500 comments of people like updating throughout the day, and it was like this thing that we like all followed along. And so the story was this wacky family built a balloon that looked like a flying saucer. So we made a homemade flying saucer that actually flew, that filled up with helium. And they filmed it all, and they're supposed to be testing it. So it's supposed to be tied down and supposed to just float like 20 feet in the air. And so they have like a home camera, and they're like, all right, like let's test it. And it just starts to fly, and the tethers were not down. And the guy's like, you fucking were supposed to tie the fucking thing. He's screaming at his wife. And one of the sons is like, Dad, Falcon's in there. And he's just screaming about it. He's like, that's hundreds of dollars gone. I've been working on this. He's like, Dad, Falcon's in there. Falcon is the boy's name.
Yeah.
And then eventually he's like, what? And he's like, Falcon is in there. And he's like, no, he's not. He's like, I watched him go in there. and that's like all on like their home video. And so they call the police and they're like, so this balloon flew to 10,000 feet for 2 hours, and it was zooming, dude. I remember finding it on the news and blogging it, being like, this is a kind of a crazy story. But then the local news, this was in Fort Collins, Colorado. They sent like the local helicopter after it.
Yeah.
And so then they had like a live feed of it, and this thing was fucking flying.
This is not what I thought the balloon story was.
And everyone was like, there's a 6-year-old child there was a little compartment. It literally looks like a muffin. It looks like a true UFO, and there's like this little bottom base and almost like a hot air balloon thing that you could be in. And so it's just flying. 2 straight hours. It traveled 55 miles. And then eventually just like slowly lost its helium and actually very, very softly, safely landed to the ground. And by then, they were breaking in. Obama was doing a town hall, and they were like, CNN was like, we'll be back. We got more important things. It went from local to national, became like this huge story. Falcon the Balloon Boy is gone in this balloon. And this guy was like driving a truck like alongside of it, like storm chasing basically. Comes to the ground. They all run over. Nobody's in there. And there was a neighbor who said, I took a picture of it up there, and I saw something fall out of it. And they like spot shadowed this picture of like, you could just see this like blob that fell from the thing. So they were like, did he fall out? I mean, the guy was like this local news dude, and he was like live with his camera, and he was like, he realized, he was like, I need to report to the world that like this 6-year-old is dead. Like he's not in this balloon. Like, and so the police show up to the house, and the press is there and everything. Like the house was mobbed, and all of a sudden some cop is like, who are you? And he's like, who are you? And it was fucking Falcon. He was in the house. 6-year-old boy had climbed up into the attic of his, they said garage attic, but then I think it was in the house. That was a little unclear, but into some sort of attic where there was like a tile in the ceiling, like out. So he climbed up, and he said he took a nap. And so he just woke up like, what's going on?
So the family didn't know?
Never.
I thought the family was in on it.
So that's the first half of the doc where it's like, holy shit. Then they dig into everything else. So this family, the Heenies, had been on Wife Swap. You guys know that show?
Yeah.
It's a reality show where you switch families. Their names are Ryu, Falcon, and like Bradford. And she's like this Asian woman who can barely speak English. And he's this like wacky, like Back to the Future Doc Brown type. He's always like inventing things, and they're always filming things, and like they're trying to be famous. And everybody said that they wanted to be on TV and stuff. So then they're like, you really didn't know that like your son was up there. What's going on? The press is hounding them, and he decides, we're going to go on Larry King Live and like clear the air on this. And he brings the whole family on. So now there's a 6-year-old kid on live TV mic'd up. And they're like, Falcon, like, were you really up there sleeping? And he says, well, they told me to do that for the show. And
Falcon.
And the dad's like, what? And in the documentary, present day, the dad is like, I had a mic in my ear, and it was staticky and loud. I didn't really hear what he said. And then you watch the footage, and they like definitely ask him. They're like, "Did he say that you did it for show?" And he's like, "I don't know what that." Like he definitely heard him, you know. So he's backtracking. So then this hoax storyline comes out that like they think it was a hoax. They think they did this on purpose. They knew he was in. It was all acting. And when you watch the home video clip, it's pretty acting. He's like, "Oh, damn it! Why isn't that?" He's kicking things and running around. It looks like you're acting, like you're trying to be mad. And then he's like, "What? What did you say about Falcon?" It's very performative. So this hoax angle starts, and they trick him to come down to the station. They're like, come pick up your balloon. And he comes, and they're like, we are going to give you why don't you just take a polygraph? And like, then you can clear the air. No, like it'll come back positive or whatever. It'll come back conclusive, and you're done. And he's like, okay, fine. And this is the new shit I hadn't seen. The footage of him taking the polygraph is unbelievable. The guy doing it is like, there are certain countermeasures you can take. Acting like this guy was like a spy, you know? He's pretending to fall asleep. He's like, He's laying down on the table. He keeps getting up. Like, I need to stretch my legs. My circulation's bad. Doing the most ridiculous shit that the guy's like, just fucking sit there and answer the question. And then he claims he's like, I'm a diabetic, and he pricks his finger and takes his tests his blood. He's like, oh, my blood sugar's through the roof. So all this shit, and they're like, all right, it's inconclusive. Like you succeeded.
Yeah.
They bring the wife in for the same thing. And this is where it actually gets interesting, because I do think that they were like fame whores, and I think there's a 99% chance they did fake it. But the mom is Asian, and like I said, she really couldn't speak English. So words like hoax and fraud and all that shit, I could see where. And if you watch the footage of her polygraph, it's very leading questions, and they're like, "So you knew he was in there, right?" And she's just kind of like, "Yeah." And it's like, I could see someone not knowing the language. Yes. So if you ask the question the right way, so they end up. He goes to jail for 90 days and like is on probation. I think they technically got hit with a felony. There's a part of the documentary where there's a lawyer who was saying like this is a corrupt. It is interesting both sides are kind of compelling if you believe them. I don't know.
Yeah.
He's saying like the cops in that town are like known to be corrupt. There was so much media attention. The prosecution, the DA needed a conviction. All these things that I was like, it could be fake. And the guy claims he's like, I just took one on the chin for the family. I pled guilty, took the jail time. I wanted it to end. I was like, I don't know if you would really do that.
Yeah.
But the story is very compelling. But I mean, it's an interesting story no matter what. But
taking a 90-day child endangerment charge for the family.
Yeah. But when you watch them in action, like the neighbors were like, yeah, these guys like wanted this. They wanted and they kept saying they wanted a TV show. They wanted a TV show. I think they were just too early, because I think they would have got a TV show. I think if you did that today, you could at least get like a YouTube series where people would tune in and be like, oh, that's the balloon family.
Yeah.
You could at least get some views for a couple weeks on the internet out of that one. But it's a good story no matter what. But I remember like the Barstool element of it for me was so like that like got me going, where I was like, oh, that was like, you know, again, it was so early too that I was thinking like, oh, there'll be stories like this every day, and it's like I'm still talking about this one 15 years later. We sold the worst shirt imaginable. I actually wish I don't think I ever had a physical one.
I definitely didn't.
I would love if we don't. I'm gonna make one. I'm gonna try to find that old. It was just like someone took a pencil on a white piece of paper and drew like a bubbly balloon, and we wrote like Falcon on it. It was so bad.
It was like, I think it was like Go Balloon Boy Go.
Yes, Go Balloon. Yeah, Go Falcon Go.
Go Falcon Go.
Yes, it was so bad. I if there's anybody out there that has that or bought that, and you know that's a relic from the past.
I feel like the fact that I didn't know that story, that's like a crazy story.
Yeah, I mean it'll probably resurge now because of this Netflix thing.
Yeah.
In the moment, it was a big deal, and then it kind of just like died down because it was like either we thought this kid was gonna die, and then we thought this family was faking it, and then it was like, well, maybe they're not faking it, and this is like some corrupt police shit. To me, it's like, I don't know. I guess it's like using police resources and like scaring people, but like I don't know.
Yeah.
It's like you're an asshole. You should go to jail for that.
Would you have had like a Francis moment if the kid was dead when they?
I mean, if I wrote a blog being like, this kid fucking sucks.
Yeah.
It's also that time of the internet, people didn't have.
I could have written a blog saying, I hope that kid's fucking dead.
Yeah.
There would have been a bunch of people like, oh, well. The good old days. Yeah, that train wreck series, I think they've been doing it for a little while, but it feels like it's gotten legs. Is that old? I think that's old.
I haven't heard of it.
It's that's what I was gonna say. It's like I noticed it this time around. They just did Poop Cruise, and they did this one, and I think I've seen a couple others that are like pretty compelling stories. They're kind of like what I wanted to do, like storyboards type things on Internet Hall of Fame, where it's like these are true like internet stories that are pretty compelling and like have a background to it. The documentary was cool because there's new footage, and the kid Falcon's in it. He comes halfway through. The whole time I'm like, is Falcon really not in this? And then at the halfway mark, they do the sit down, like he just walks on camera and sits, and that's it. And I was like, oh,
how old is he now? Like 20?
He was 6, and that was 15 years ago. So yeah, 21.
Yeah.
He's got a point because so the other thing is there's footage of a cameraman in their garage or attic, whatever it was, and he says, can you show me how you get up there? Because there's no like ladder or anything. The kid climbs like a pile of garbage to get into the roof. And so he says, can you show me how you got up there for my show? because he's filming. And I think Falcon was like, they told me to do it for the show. Because they said, you were up there in the attic. And he says, yeah, they told me to do it for the show. And I think it was a cameraman saying, show me how you get up in the attic for my show. So that one comment led to everything. And I think he was honestly, like, innocently being a 6-year-old mixing up. Like,
yeah.
And they just didn't, like, ask him, like, who asked you that? What do you mean? Because they could have put it together. The dad just went, So it's like, I think that comment was not really the smoking gun they thought it was, but it just happened to be true.
Yeah.
So that was interesting that there's the footage of the guy going like, yeah, show me for my show. And it's like, that's what he meant. And that one comment launched a whole fucking thing.
Oh my God, I'd be so pissed if I was the dad.
So the kid was like, yeah, I don't know. I think it's pretty crazy that all of these adults like just listened to a 6-year-old kid like and ran with it.
Yeah.
Like, and then someone had to go to jail for it. Like that's pretty fucked up if that's how it happened.
Very fair.
Yeah.
Can I get a visual on this balloon? Like,
yeah. But I think we called it a balloon. Watching the documentary, everyone was calling it a UFO flying saucer, which is kind of crazy. Because it does look more like a UFO.
is that Falcon?
Yes. Yeah, it's like this big silver balloony thing. and when I just will never forget the live feed. I think it was more perspective because they zoomed all the way in like hyper speed, so then everything looks fast. But the clouds were like whipping, and I remember being like, I think this kid's going like 500 miles an hour. But I mean, it went 55 miles over 2 hours, so it's. I mean, it's fast, but it's not like it looked like it was going warp speed, dude. I remember kind of being like, yeah, this balloon flew away, and I think there might be a kid in there. And then when I saw that moving, I was like, I don't want to be like, dramatic, but I think this kid's fucking flying. Like, I think we got a situation on our hands. It was great. I actually do. I think if I could go back and find the blog, in my mind, I remember being this like big moment, this big blog, and I think the blog was like, "There's a kid in this balloon." Yeah. That was it. That's all it took. But yeah, that's little like that second row was how old he was there. Like this little, literally. Like, I mean, I was trying to put myself in these shoes. Like if my kid was 6 and I had him on live TV and they were just peppering with questions and shit, like it was crazy.
Yeah.
Like, anybody was doing this sort of shit. I'm sure producers were salivating. I think now they'd be like, I don't think we can put like little baby children on live TV. I don't know. But that's a good series if this is any indication. Like it was quick enough. Like I don't want to watch 2 hours on this, but like 50 minutes and good to go.
Oh, I didn't realize that. I honestly would have bet you like a 10-part series.
Yeah,
50 minutes.
They almost. I think they're maybe figuring it out because everything became,
It was crazy.
Yeah.
You want to learn about this murder from 1986? You got 20 hours.
Right. Oh my God. I remember the staircase. The staircase was like 13 episodes, and then when it came to Netflix, they added 3 more.
Yeah.
It was like the most open and shut case of all fucking time. Talking about owls and shit.
Like, this is the guy's 3rd wife that they found on the bottom of the stairs.
Yeah, he kills them the same way every time.
Like, I think I got all the information I need.
He was my neighbor, that guy.
What's that?
Something Peterson. What's his name? He was my neighbor.
In the staircase or the?
Yeah.
Yeah. Your neighbor was the.
My grandparents' neighbor, and I lived right near my grandparents.
Wow.
And he would just be at the grocery store and stuff. And I'll tell you,
that
the
guy-
owls where I live are crazy. So I buy the owl theory.
You believe the owl theory?
My parents and I are kind of like, we hear owls in our backyard, and they're different in our zip code for some reason. So.
Did they or owls able to like pick up a fireplace poker and hit you with it? I'm pretty sure that's what killed that
No,
woman.
I don't know. I kind of don't think he did it, which
Really?
sounds crazy. And I don't think he did it.
Wow. I think you might be like the only person alive.
I think
other
I
than
am
him.
too. Yeah.
Sorry.
I thought that was it.
Yeah.
Don't push it. Don't push it.
That was.
You just like
the least graceful Amos ever
Yeah.
gone
He
into
was,
it went like right in my whatever. Sorry, wait, what?
Sorry, I just had a water bottle up my ass. What are you guys up to?
I tried to like cover it up.
Anyway, so we started the this is very, very fitting because this was one of my favorite Barstool storylines, and then we were just last episode talking about Nadu and Rico storyline. But when we finished recording, we had not yet answered the question, did Nadu fly? I was so happy for these guys that they got to witness that because that was a true Barstool moment. There's always drama, and even Dave bought back the company recently, and there's been big storylines, but they've been like big actual storylines. This is something that is uniquely stupid and trivial, but such a big deal. And I love when everybody gets on that same page. The employees here are on the same page. The fans are having fun with it. You know what I mean? Like, no one's trying to tear it down. Everyone knows it's stupid, but they're taking it serious and they're just along for the ride.
It's that F1 that he's flying out there. Like, everything's just working, baby.
It all clicked. And
It was like the balloon boy thing. Like, is he in the plane? Is he in the balloon?
Yeah, honestly, it was like, open up and Nadu's face is just in the fucking balloon. I wish you were here for that, John. Watching Rico go through the emotions. Like, I know the yak was live and then Rico kind of joined, but like in hindsight, I should have just gone live and just put a camera on him for the last like hour and a half, because he was going through it, man. He would have like a moment of like, I think it's going to be like a huge W. And then he'd be like, he's going to be on the fucking plane. Like, he was just up and down and up and down. And then I'm kind of like chirping. And, at some points I'm poking him. Other times I'm being serious. Like, I was thinking to myself, logically, he shouldn't be on this plane. Like, I was just thinking, like, he missed, like, the last plane, something weird did happen. I don't know. We didn't get to the bottom of that. And Nadu said, if you heard what happened in the first flight, it was crazy. I'm like, what did happen?
Yeah.
But so something happened there. And then I was thinking, like, a stoolie or somebody would be on that plane and would have been like, no, I'm sitting next to him, like, with Wi-Fi. And I just feel like, I was like, he kept saying to me, I always lose. Like, it's going to be an L. And I was like, brother, I get that. Like, I get that. Every game, every moment, every beef, everything I go into, I'm always like, well, I lose, so I'm probably going to lose. But I was like, I know what you're saying, but logically, I think you're going to win this one. And he did not win that one.
Well, where did he get his information? That, like, the thing that I don't get is, like, for someone to tell me that someone's on a no-fly list, and for me to take it seriously, like, I have to really, really trust you.
Yeah.
So,
but
who
he
told
has his
Rico?
army and shit.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's on him.
Right.
Like, you can't
totally
be
on
just
him.
believing people
Well,
like, oh, look, I work at the government. Fucking the dude's on a no-fly. And you're like, I'll tell everybody this. Like, he must have double-checked somewhere.
And
right?
I don't want to break kayfabe too much, but there was a moment where Rico like leaned over to me. He was like, I don't even know what the fuck no fly list means. Like, So I think, if you were really, I don't want to ruin the allure of Rico Bosco, but I think if you were really to push him, I think there was some weird circumstances with Nadu about like a couple flights that we knew he was supposed to be on that he never got on. And if that's the joke about you and like that happens like 3 times, people start to go, I don't know, man. Maybe he's in the balloon. I don't know, So the whole thing was silly to begin with. But there just was enough like smoke there where it was like he didn't get on the plane. We haven't heard from him, and it's sickening, by the way, that Jeff Nadu not tweeting for 24 hours. Everyone was like, "Well, that's uncharacteristic."
Yeah,
like he couldn't have just put his phone down for a single day.
for a day.
But it's an L for Rico, no doubt. It's like almost a 10-year like joke running story that has to just come to an end with you being on the wrong end of it. All that being said, you're in the Taliban and your sister looked like shit at her wedding, while super inappropriate and a terrible ricochet shot. You don't involve family. You don't bring civilians into this. But all that aside, that's an unbelievable line.
It's an
You're
unreal
in the
line.
fucking Taliban and your sister looked like shit at her wedding. Oh my God.
But he like, so my thinking of that, which yes, I laughed. It also. Like, Nadu's off the leash now, right?
Nadu had a tweet that got removed by Twitter for, like, violating, which I'm sure that meant the Bosco Army, like, reported it or something.
Yeah.
But he said, you brought my family into it. You mentioned my sister. Like, I've got something for you. Like, wait to see what happens.
Oh, he said that?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm a rider. I'm a Rico guy.
But
it's hard to disagree. It's hard to say Nadu's out of line there.
It's very... very Drake and Pusha T.
Yeah.
Drake mentioned Pusha T's wife first, and he said, all right, if you're going to talk family, you've got a kid.
Yeah.
Like, Nadu could easily drop some bombs now.
Yeah. I don't even know what he has, but if he has them, they're free to fly.
Well, here's the thing. 2 things. And I'm a rider. Actually, let's get Rico in here. Is Rico here? I know his fucking dad's in here. She called Rico's dad and be like, what do you think of this? Yeah. Go. He should be out there. If you throw the first shot about someone's family, and you're notoriously private about your family, you're opening up a can of worms that I don't think you want to open up. I mean, this is a guy, he's come to terms with it a little bit, but he doesn't like his name being out there. He doesn't like his family being out there. He doesn't like anything being out there. Well, the sister wedding thing was think Nadu posted a picture from his sister's wedding, and everyone was like, your sister's got a great rack, and he was like, stop talking about my sister. So like the sister wedding thing is a story.
Yeah,
he didn't just like pick that out of nowhere, but you can't do that.
Yeah.
Or you can, but then you got to be.
Yeah,
you know?
you threw that punch. That punch is probably gonna be coming back now.
In a big way. Dave quote tweeted a Nadu tweet before it got taken down with a Game of Thrones GIF that said like a storm is coming. Yeah. a war is coming. Some people were like, "Oh, the cameras are on me. Time to perform. Let me scream that you're in the Taliban." I was like, "Bro, if you think that was acting or like, like
that was the exact opposite of acting.
that's
Rico's
where,
acting when he's calmly walking through the hallway.
Yes,
that's
the real Rico. Yeah, like I do. I've actually argued this with Dan and Dave a couple times, and they would know better than I because they're around him a lot more. But I've had many talks with Rico where he's been like, I know what's going on. I know my role here. I get it. I'm Rico. They bust my balls. Like, you know. So I'm always kind of like, I think he's more self-aware than you guys realize. And they're like, no, he's the craziest, worst person in the world. But like when he snaps, he snaps.
Yeah.
Like I think if you said, like, what did you just say to him right there? I think he wouldn't know.
Yeah.
Like, you have to play back the tape to make him realize that he said Taliban 50 times and fucking your sister looked ugly. Like, he really goes to another place.
Yeah.
I'm almost like jealous.
Surviving.
Yeah. It's when he does that thing with his teeth. Turns into like a, yeah.
I know, like, when I have my lips pursed,
I'm mad.
I should go into a room alone right now.
Well, he needs to go to like a rec room or do an MMA or something where you like get that steam out. Because like if you have, I don't think I've ever been that angry about anything. Not even close. And I'm talking like real stuff, let alone a fake made up Nadu flying thing. I mean, the rage was, it was, and that is just that's a tough one to. Like, they're just going to bring that up forever. You know what I mean?
But, like, he should just laugh and be like, yeah, I don't know.
Well, yeah. But that's what makes this great.
What clearly is what happened. Like, yeah, I don't know. Someone just told me and I said it.
Well, Clemmer said that. Clemmer was like, why didn't you just say, you're right, I'm wrong. You could fly in a plane. And Rico was like, I don't know, man. I just lost it.
Yeah.
That's what I mean. I love it.
Yeah, no, I don't know. That was fun. But clearly he can fly, so I was wrong.
I just that to me is the essence of if you had to like concoct a real Barstool story, it's got to be, and this is the internet. I think the internet content in general to me can be summed up as the best type of content is when you take not serious stuff seriously, and when you take serious stuff not seriously.
Yes.
Like you almost have to be the opposite. That's the kind of content I like.
Yeah.
I think also just it was like a good yes or no. Everyone was waiting. He was either going to be in the plane
And he was like the
plane.
first person off.
Yeah.
I guess
Which
it
was
makes
a flex
sense
in
now.
itself.
Yeah, I think that he was being flown out by a sponsor, so they probably hooked him up. Otherwise, I think he would have been in like 33F. And because I was like, I gotta go home. I was waiting for like an hour and a half, and they were taxiing, and it was like delayed and all this shit. And I was like, oh, it's gonna take another 20 minutes for him to get off the door. And then I hear, I wasn't watching because there was a crowd around this TV, and I just heard the reaction. Nate Dogg going crazy. A lot of people. Are we not talking about Nate's celebration?
I saw that clip and I was like, it looked
like
it looked like Musk, and I was like, he'd have been better off going with the Hitler salute. like that's what Musk did when he got up on stage. Like, he should have gone to Hitler. That would have looked better, I think.
What was really funny about it is, again, I'm a rider. I wanted him to not be on the plane. And I think I think it was kind of 50-50 in the crowd, some riders, some Nadu hive, but it was just like no matter what happened, I was gonna cheer. Like there was no losing if you were a fan. If he's on it, awesome. If he's not, like either way, we're getting content. I tried to tell Rico that I was like, I know this is probably the biggest loss of your life, but it was great content.
But like I guess that's where that's the disconnect where you lose me. Is like, it's not really a loss, dude. It's funny.
That's why this is the best.
Right?
Like, I love when there is, even like, I mean, this cuts me to my core. This was a big L, but in the grand scheme of whether it matters or not in life, it's not a big deal. When the Royals beat the Mets, and I was like, contact? Who gives a fuck about contact? And then they contacted us to death. Yeah. And everyone was chirping me, contact. It was, it's such an L. Oh, here he is. Let's go. Guys, enter the room dick first. BlueChew isn't just a tablet. It's a cheat code for your crotch. So when you walk in the room dick first, you make an appearance, you know? Stronger, harder, laster, longing, laster. Laster, longing. I can't say it. Longer lasting, like someone gave your downstairs a pep talk and a gym membership. You're like BlueChew. You are BlueChew in human form.
Am I?
Yeah. You're rock hard. You're brolic. You're girthy.
Excuse me.
God bless you.
That is the exact brand I've always wanted to be.
A dick
BlueChew.
tablet in human form. It's not just a supplement. It's an erection resurrection. And it's not just about performance. It's about legacy, your third legacy. So give the group chat something to talk about, because you know when you lay it down that they're talking about how you get it up. And nothing makes you more of a legend than a little BlueChew. So discover your options at BlueChew.com. And we've got a special deal for our listeners. As always, you get your first month of BlueChew for free when you use promo code KFC at checkout. All you got to do is pay $5 for shipping. That's it. Join BlueChew's mission to upgrade humanity one thrust at a time. Head to BlueChew.com for details and safety info. And a big thanks to BlueChew for sponsoring the podcast. Jackpocket is America's #1 lottery app.
Jackpocket.
Looking to score lottery tickets and short on time? Well, try Jackpocket. It's the all-in-one lottery app where you can conveniently order Powerball, Mega Millions, and even scratchers in just a few clicks on your phone with Jackpocket. You don't have to get up off the couch. You don't have to drive to the gas station, go to the bodega. You don't have to worry about the office pool. Hey, I got $1. Do you have cash? Pay me later. I'll get the ticket. What numbers do you want? No, none of that. It's all right in your pocket on your phone. You can either pick your own numbers if you got the lucky choices or you want to play the same ones every time, or you can do the randoms. You can do the local state lotteries, the Pick 4, Cash 5, Win for Life, $1,000 a week, or you can do the big boys, the Mega Millions, the Powerball, and the Scratchers, all at Jackpocket. Right now, you can get $5 in lottery credits, free lottery credits, when you sign up at Jackpocket and use promo code KFC2. Please, genuinely, I'm telling you to do this. I buy lottery tickets all the time now. One of these days, I'm going to win, and it's because of Jackpocket. It could be you, too. Download Jackpocket, use promo code KFC and the number 2 to get $5 in free lottery tickets today.
Yeah, sorry. I walked down the hall, I see Dave, and then I see 15-year-old Steve. I'm like, where?
You got Dave, 15-year-old Steve. We got like 3 MMA fighters, and your father.
My dad's doing law.
Kane, the WWF wrestler. Today's a fucking fever dream.
Yeah, it's crazy. That was my dad goes, who's the monster in the suit? I was like, Kane.
And
that
by the way,
makes
when I
sense.
walked in, he was sitting in the gambling cave with Harrison, Francesca, and Frank, just like shooting the shit. He wasn't even on a mic.
I was like, Frank, he's only got an hour. Yeah, he's doing largest podcast, so yeah, it's a wild day.
Hey, Dave.
All right, go. I see
You want to join?
That was great. Well, I think he's walking. He's doing something in the green room.
I think he's trying for something
I
else.
was gonna say he doesn't know what room this is.
Yeah, no, no idea.
I don't think he's ever been in here.
He
Dave opened the
definitively
door,
thought
buddy.
he was walking into the green
Totally.
room.
We were just saying how this is such, in my mind, like a perfect Barstool story. And there really aren't. Those are kind of few and far between. There's always drama. There's always shit going on. But this is like great because there are really actually no stakes. I know it feels that way for you. I was just saying it's a big L, but Feits was like, it's not an L. It's just a guy who fucking flew a plane. But does it feel like a loss to you?
It's tough because I said it. It's such a thing that drives him nuts. It's also so ridiculous that like I equated it to like if I started a rumor, which I'm sure the comments, save your comments. Oh, he's not above that. But
Yeah, if I were to ever start a rumor about someone at Barstool.
I'm just saying. If you did a thing where it was like, yeah, every Monday, like Feitelberg takes home the butter from the free bagels. Like, how is he going to prove that wrong? Like every day he's got to prove himself, or like, yeah, like Kevin takes the quarterback from when he returns the grocery store. Like he collects quarter. Like you have to film yourself every time. It's like I said it was like the Bryson DeChambeau thing when they did the ants and it drove.
was
like
that?
He. Correct me if I'm wrong. I missed up all the stories because there's a million. But he was hitting shots and he was complaining that there were fire ants crawling around the ball or something like that. And then every comment was ants.
Yeah. Right. He just made his own
Just a little
grave.
thing.
Yeah.
So that was one again. Like it was very.
I mean, what does he get? Like, you
it
got to
was
force a
very
guy to go take
simple.
a.
But if somebody did it to me, you and him, old internet. You get on a
Get on a
plane.
plane. That day.
That thing
That
is done.
day.
But it just kept going.
Yeah.
Getting legs. And I had behind the scenes people. Hey, while he was here, you have a book of flight.
So, okay.
canceled.
But Feitelberg asked this
canceled.
question: where did it originate?
Like, where
Or did you make it up, or was there somebody like I work
yeah,
at the airport?
I used to say, God rest his soul. I'm not really happy with him right now. You know, he's dead. Barry B. Morris
Barry
was
B.
a
Morris.
truther.
Yes.
Barry Morris was a truther.
And this is a person you know?
No, it's a Twitter guy. So when,
But he's dead now. He did die.
So like 12 years ago, there are.
Oh, so yeah,
He died during COVID,
there
chasing
are-
Nadu.
Right. My big thing was like you either like if you don't use me to climb yourself up. You know what I mean? Like that's what it always felt like. That was my kind of core.
What your issue with Nadu?
Yeah.
Yes,
Thing.
okay.
Or in general, the cowboy. Like don't. It's well. I want to get to Barstool because that guy sucks. Like don't do that.
I
That's
get what
where
you're
I'm
saying.
at. You know what mean? Like,
I always say that.
Like Kevin sucks, Feitelberg sucks. Like I could do KFC Radio.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, don't.
No, that's my
don't
number
use
one
me-
thing. I
don't
completely
use
agree.
me to get in. Yeah, absolutely. So there were. He reached out a ton of times. Like big fan. Like whatever. I should see you down the shore. Come on my show.
This is Barry B. Morris.
No, this is Nadu.
Nadu. Oh,
I reached-
so it was peace in the beginning.
No, it wasn't peace.
But no,
It was-
he wanted to like I want to meet you at the shore.
Yeah, I mean, I was a co-host of the #1 college football podcast for the last 10 years. Like, yeah, he was climbing in. That was his way in.
Okay.
So he was like, big fan, whatever. I'm like, all right, I do research. I love doing background checks. You search like the name, there's a bunch of like parody accounts, and like he says different shit, says bad shit. Like, a ton of people made enough parody accounts that they don't like him. I'm like, never responded. Like, no thanks, no interest. Like 2 weeks later, after he trashed Blackjack, he's going like, Blackjack's the best, and this guy sucks. I'm like, all right,
Forgot about that.
which one is it?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, the one thing, as much as people want to criticize, like, I've kind of been pretty, there ain't no flip-flop.
Yeah.
If
Four
I was a dick,
presidencies.
that's it. Tunnel vision. So yeah, I was like flip-flop, and then it's just kind of always been the same thing, like just climbing
Okay,
and climbing
that I
and
understand,
climbing.
but
All
the plane
So
thing.
in one of those research things, Barry B. Morris was a truther. The rumor is, Jerry has spoke to him. The rumor is he got fucked over on a horse pick and decided he was going to ruin this guy's life. And he would call his shots like, oh, he hasn't been relevant in a little while. Like, watch, he's going to post about the weight loss thing. Like, if you look, it was very much like Jim Irsay with the Pacers. His last tweet was about when he died. Right when he died. He died tracing like his fucking thing. If you pull up the profile, you'll see it's just nonstop. Like, he's requoting videos.
And,
He's fucking
I
whatever.
mean,
So like, and he.
I think Barry B. Morris is Rico Bosco, but that's
It's not.
that's
It's
another
not.
story
It is-
for another
it is
day.
not.
I'm going to do a
It's not.
Netflix doc on this.
Barry B. Morris. So he said he's on the no-fly list, and just kind of ran with it.
Is this him?
Yeah, that's him. So yeah, I mean, just scroll. It's everything. It's everything. Yeah, he died
And this guy's dead.
dead from what we know. So
Part 3, my message for Jeff Nadu, I'm vengeance.
yeah, right. Yeah. So part of it was he's on. That's where it originated from, and then again, like
And this guy said.
this guy said it. Yeah, I like to equate.
No, but
listen,
wait,
we're-
what did he say? I know a guy who knows this, or I know that
He was just saying he's not on it. I mean,
he's on the
a
no-fly
loose-
list.
yeah.
So
It's like those Facebook things when people share the news. I'll tell my wife, she's like, I saw this article that like we're all gonna get bit by these flying mosquitoes with razor blade fingernails.
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, what was the website on the thing that you saw like your aunt share or something like that? It's like realnews.biz.fm. Like, what are we doing?
So you saw
I saw this and just I
From-
like to
from
equate, listen,
realmessage
the way this
dot
company
biz
the way this company started. was
So you
printing-
did what you just described.
Yeah. The way this rules for me, not for we. The way this company started was printing newspapers. Barry B. Morris printed the newspapers. Now, did I then reprint those like a lot and distribute them all over the country? Yeah. But Barry wrote the article, so let's just put it that way. All
Dude,
right?
it's so funny you do that right there. I had a guy run up to me at the pizza place yesterday. I was getting my dinner, and he goes, "Dude, you got to talk to me about this Nadu Rico thing." And then he was talking about our rundown together, and he goes, "Do you know how many times Rico did this?" and I it's something I never noticed, but when I watched him do it, I go, Rico did that a lot. Can he fly? I don't know. Can he not? I don't know. Now,
Maybe not. For what it's worth. I mean,
wait, what is that?
I
Did you
searched-
know if Jeffrey Nadu's name appears on a government
wild
wild
you
list?
search everybody. I don't fucking.
Truthfinder.com. This
It's
is
just
for
yeah,
sure
it
made
got,
up, bro.
It got legs.
It got
like,
I don't know who got them, but yeah, those legs were going
But
pretty
it's
good out there.
It's so easy, and it's funny because people reach out like, how you doing, like how you like whatever, like how I'm like fucking Barry, liar.
God rest his soul. Don't speak ill of the
Yeah.
dead.
So-
Now, wait. Okay. But now, so all this is fun and games, but there is this serious side to it. You took it there. You took it there.
Yeah, I apologize.
And now, did you apologize to him?
I've said it. Yeah, Dave was like, that was a real sincere apology. I'm like, I mean,
Because, you know,
it's
as
over.
someone who
You
does
I
it.
blacked out. Like it's
That's what I
in
told
the
you.
game. You know, it's,
Bro, I watched that firsthand. I mean, that was I don't even know if you know what you said.
I don't
Like,
know
you
which
blacked
way.
out.
Yeah, I don't know which one was worse. Like the first time on the yak or the second time on the yak. I do think the plane one was probably when he got off the plane was probably worse.
What was that one?
What was the second one? I don't even know.
Yesterday on the yak, they put us together again. We were speaking. And it was just like calling. That was
I
when-
didn't see that one. I
Oh,
can't
you haven't
imagine.
seen that
I
one?
can't imagine it being
A lot
worse.
of one-liners in that one.
Really?
He's like, you push this ratio. He's like, I walked at graduation. I was like, where's the video? And I was like, speaking of videos, like you say these Latinas, do you have a video of that? Like they're dying. Like it's a lot of one-liners.
a lot of
And what was this? He posted a video of his sister from the wedding, and people were talking about Iraq, and he didn't like that or something like that. That's how the sister wedding.
Yeah, I didn't go there then. But yeah, then it was. Yeah, I'm not gonna post personal shit, and 5 minutes later it's the same thing.
Right, but
and the
now
club's
as
like,
someone who is notoriously trying to be private, when you cross the private line, like,
Yeah,
isn't he
I
gonna
mean, that
drop a
opens-
bomb now? Like,
Yeah, I guess that makes him no better than me, though, right? So it's like, I don't know. Yeah,
I guess that's one way to look at it.
That angle. Who wants to be as big a piece of shit as I?
That actually, you know what that is?
Sometimes you got twisted for what you
I
want.
like that.
You know what that is? Brilliant.
Yeah.
That's like Donald Trump being
look,
like, oh,
look,
well,
Nadu.
he's as bad as I am now. You all hate me, right?
I've been beating myself up about this for 4 days now. You don't want to live this life.
Let me warn you. Yeah. I mean, so do you think he's like? I'm sure he's looking for pictures and stories about the family and everything.
I don't know. We'll see. Yeah,
It's good content though.
yeah, it's tough. But.
Have you talked to Dave at all about like all this? Like,
He was sending screenshots of people celebrating. He's got McCarthy. Looks like they,
McCarthy was. I mean,
McCarthy.
that was the best moment of Jack McCarthy's
Yeah,
life.
Nate was.
Why do you have so much beef with him?
Jack?
Yeah.
We're very good friends. It's just one of those.
Oh.
Like, he knows how to. Yeah. I mean, my best friend growing up. We told this story to another one of my best friends. Thanksgiving Eve, 2010 maybe.
Okay.
We all go out. We have the pregame at my house. We all go out. It's like 2, 3 in the morning. I was dancing and romancing with some girl. I got lost in the shuffle. We meet up at the diner across the street. And then everybody's gonna go home. That's kind of how it works.
Yeah.
Like you walk in, you're gonna get something to eat, and everybody goes home. My friends are sitting at that table. It's packed with 4 people. My other friends' girlfriends are sitting there. So I said, listen, bacon, egg, and cheese, fries, and a Coke. Throw it on their tab. I'm gonna sit here because it's an open seat. Food comes in like 4 seconds. They bring it over. I eat the food. 5 minutes later, she brings over the check for the full bill. Now it's like 2010. I got like $12 left in my pocket.
Yeah.
Like, so I'm like, listen, lady. I had a few in me. I'm like, lady, if you respect, if you don't get that out of here, we're gonna have a big fucking problem. So she walks it back.
The bill?
Look, no
Yeah,
disrespect.
because you
Look
know
at that fucking bill out of my
it's not me. It wasn't me. Wasn't my whole bill. So I walk over. I'm like, all right, here's my 10, 15 bucks, whatever else.
You trying to do your job?
And
Get the fuck out of
My
here.
best friends, they have a few in them too, and they know how to twist the buttons. So they're like, you delayed the food. Fucking, it took forever. I'm like, bro. I'm like, you know what? Like, fuck you guys. Here's the money. Leave. So I get a call as I'm storming down the avenue, and my friend gets a call. He's like, bro, come back. We'll take care. Like, relax. I'm like, nah. I do a lot for you. I'm like, it's bullshit. I do this. I do that. I was like, I do a lot for your family. He had a big cousin's Christmas party. I'm like, I'm Santa Claus at the Christmas party. So now he's got me. You just open your chest, and here it comes. As calm as can be. He goes, you know what? You sucked as Santa Claus.
Oh!
Ballistic. Screaming down the thing. Like 15, still screaming like for 15 minutes. My sister happened to be driving down the thing at 3 and it picks her up and then just goes, get in the car, and then goes, why are you friends with them? Like, the next day at family Thanksgiving, they fucking were telling their story. People were pissing themselves. So that, yeah,
Bro,
sucked as Santa
so
Claus.
long story short,
marching down the street, 3 a.m. You
On
said
a
it was the best
flip-
Santa
on a
Claus.
flip-
That's the biggest fucking Santa Claus yet.
on a flip phone. That's what I said. Yeah, I said I had jokes. I fucking
I was singing. I was dancing. I had elves.
So I have a big family. My mother's one of 12. I have a million cousins. We used to have the family Christmas party, and one of the uncles was Santa, always a wise ass, and they knew the little things. They'd be like, "Oh, John, yeah, I heard science is struggling, like and the kid would get white or whatever." So I would be like, "Hey, give me some info on your cousins," or we're together so much I knew all the stories. One of them, he played with a razor in the bathroom and shaved his eyebrow. So he comes up. It's like, oh, Danny, what's up? He's like, what's up, Santa? I'm like, is that you? Yeah, it's me, Santa. I go, I didn't recognize your both eyebrows, pal. And the whole room starts laughing like, you had.
You were a good Santa.
Yeah, good little, yeah.
Sounds like you're pretty good Santa Claus.
It was like one year it was like 65. I showed up in like white Ray-Bans. I was like, oh, Santa got off the beach. I'm coming in there.
I'll tell you
That's
what.
a pretty good
You
Santa.
sound like a great Santa.
Yeah. 135 pounds soaking wet. The pillow didn't work that great, but yeah, it's whatever. So the next day they were great. So getting back to McCarthy, yeah, he knows how to. Very good friends, respect him, does a great job here, but just fucking knows how to fucking needle it.
And so your father's here today. What is your dad? I mean, he seemed pretty like. I was like, oh my god, it's Rico's father, and he was kind of like, yeah, nice to meet you. Like he was business. Is he a circus act like you?
There's a funny clip I think from Pick'em a couple years ago. Dave's like, "What is the Bosco house like?" I'm like, they read the news. I don't think they're
he was very just like.
Sometimes they're kind of like,
the news.
they're not thrilled with everything going on.
So is he talking with Large? Just
yeah.
about,
So they worked on the Florida Stock Exchange together. So he did. Large suggested it too.
Yeah.
That's the
But
thing.
but
And again,
is he going to be talking like crazy Rico stories, or is he going to be telling his own story?
Because it's a food thing. So I'm sure at the beginning, I'm sure Large was like, yeah, I mean, he's a nut, right?
Yeah.
They may have traded one or two, but it's about them working together in food. So go check it out. Viva la Food.
That'll be cool.
But yeah, Perfect Nate too. Like, oh, does Dave know he's here? We got Kate Dad shooting pool for 12 hours, and like the dads have been incorporated.
Yeah.
Frankie's dad, like, all right.
That's a good Nate impression.
And Large asked, dude, like,
Yeah.
like, which one do you think it is, Nate? Do you think that the black clouds aligned against Bosco, and the one day I said to line it, Dave was here, or do you think I purposely like looked for attention after 10 years of never integrating my family into any kind of content? Which one, Nate? Well, Nate's gonna have a field day with this. I just
Nate's been catching strays.
He
this
sounds like
episode.
Mickey.
I just started sharing. I did the thing where I'm staring at the laptop and I'm talking. Okay, Nick.
Just punching holes through the keyboard.
Fucking, like,
All right, last thing before you go. I said this to you the other day, but I really think this is the move for Rico. My algorithm right now, I see, and I like some of these guys and I follow some of them, but I also don't know half of them, and they keep coming to my algorithm, so they're doing something right. The growing up Italian guys, the DJs guys, there's a bunch of guys that do podcasts. I don't recommend doing a podcast because I think it's too long and no one's going to sit there and listen to an hour about DJs.
it's also been 10 years since I've been there, but yeah.
But tell old stories.
Yeah,
Doesn't
yeah,
matter. If you did a Instagram show, just short form, DJ stories, Belmar stories, Jersey Shore rules, share house life, food, delis, all that shit. That people are doing it, and it seems to be working a little bit. There ain't nobody better than you.
Yeah, it makes
They're
sense.
these
I
big
like
fat
the food thing is
ginzos,
getting
and they're
big
funny
here,
and all that. But
yeah.
I'm like, they know Rico Bosco.
Yeah, I like that. Get a character. Yeah, summer living.
Like if you
that's not
sat down
bad.
with one of the bouncers, with Fun Anthony, with the owner, with the bartenders, how much do you make? How much? Why don't you touch the blinds? Who's the worst person to get kicked out? Blah 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 blah. All that shit.
That's a good one.
Just come.
That's who you are. Just
Come
be.
give us a
Yeah.
tour of Jersey Shore.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just like take us.
I
out there.
did say to that.
A ton of people keep being like, you got to go down for a night. You got to go down. I do think this is a big spot for a ton of people who haven't been in the mainstay of content to showcase it.
Yeah. I agree.
So you look at like Kadick. I mean,
Rico doesn't want to go in there and
No.
dim anybody's light.
Yeah.
You don't want to be a candle in the sun next to Rico down at the Jersey Shore.
I'm just saying. It's also, I'm washed up, but it's like, it's Kadick's first shot. Nicky Smokes is like, it's a real thing like that. Tommy's been around, obviously, but like,
But
again,
maybe-
he's starting.
all right.
Jackie's been trapped on this fucking hellhole show for 10 years. Like, let's get her.
But can't you put in a call and just be like, listen, my
Yeah, I know,
people are
but
gonna
it's also
come
like-
take care of.
I mean, look, here's the
Look,
deal.
here's
Tom
the-
Brady didn't like fucking Jimmy Garoppolo taking reps.
Yeah.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah.
So maybe
But
you
it's
got
also
something
like,
there.
like what, when you go down there, what do you really?
Well, I'm worried. Like, I don't think they're gonna be able to just go to the bars. I hope they have VIP and like not VIP like fancy, but just like you can't. I couldn't go to those bars when we weren't filming a show. Just being there, like as a
Right,
Barstool
yeah,
person,
yeah.
it was a zoo.
No, Brianna's not gonna be able to go to the bar.
Brianna's
We're gonna be
double,
My ass
triple.
is
But
walking
all
into
you
the bar.
guys.
I thought
No
there should have been an
problem.
But
element
here's the
of
deal,
them
like-
living down there all the time. I
I
think Rome's
agree.
going to do great with different things. I've heard whatever, but
I think-
there is an
I
element
think-
of you know, there's a little bit like, hey, Jackie, like what's the main rule we've always said? Don't show up empty-handed.
Yeah.
Like Jackie shows up it's like, she didn't.
We don't
Yeah.
show up. We're empty-handed.
Like when you
When you
share house,
come
you
down
bring
the
toilet paper.
yeah,
You
every
bring,
week it's coordinating or
bring
whatever.
food.
So like, I do think there's an element of you guys living together would be very interesting.
My
Like,
prediction.
who's a really bad roommate? Who did this?
I think they wanted everyone working. Like I don't think Dave. I think Dave was sort of
Yeah,
like
I think
I don't
the
want to just pay for a
working-
vacation.
right. No,
so
I
you're
agree
gonna come back
with
and
that
work.
too.
I
Yeah.
think after like one weekend,
Yes.
people
I'm
are
just
gonna
saying
stay.
there's an
Yeah.
element. Yes.
I think they're gonna tell them to stay.
this one's gonna be wetter. This one's gonna be
Because
wetter. Yeah, for sure.
listen, you come here, you do whatever work, like unless you have a really important thing to do, fine. What's more important, I think, is like growing this thing and like
Right.
let's see you just go to the beach. Let's see you eat
Luna,
there.
too,
Let's
I
see you. Huh?
Yeah, I'm saying people who have never been in. Yeah, Luna, I just forgot too.
Yeah, but I just think they need a little like tour or a little.
You give us
prep
like your training
sheet.
wheels and then
Like,
set
yeah.
us free.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
That could work. Yeah.
There's
You
so
can like
much.
show us
lore.
all your landmarks, like when I was here this day, and then you can tell stories. It'd be so good.
It's gonna
That's who you are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's Rico Bosco.
I
Play the
know.
fucking music, throw the
It's been a long-
napkins.
Yeah. It's been a long
If you,
time.
if you made a video, giving all these ideas. If you started all your videos, you throw a napkin every single time the camera comes on. You throw napkins and then you start telling your story. That'd be like your thing.
I'll tell you what the first thing I'm doing at DJ's is touching the blinds.
Oh yeah, we're gonna be
Bro.
up on those blinds like no one's
these are things
business.
like they don't get though. Like the Bordy Barn used to be the same way where people are like, I'm gonna throw the beer in this person's face. I'm gonna do this and that. It's like you are gonna get bounced. Like I watch people get thrown. Not just like they removed you, like they hurt you and they like want to hurt you and they throw you
Yes.
on the fucking floor.
Jack, listen. There's an old theory. It's called like the pretty face rule. You got a pretty face, you get away with a lot. A lot of pretty faces down there. You got a pretty face, but they
have
not the
more,
prettiest,
they have
Jackie.
more pretty
This is
faces.
this is new
dime a
nose.
dozen.
The
They-
new
wait,
nose
just
works,
because-
plays well.
Just because Jackie's good looking, like, oh, she gets away. No, we got
No.
9 weeks
Yeah.
outside.
And
to
also
get in.
there's
Like, they
been
don't- they don't care. They
billion-
got- they
No,
treat-
I don't think that's what
treat
I
everybody
want
the
to
same.
see. Like, I
Yeah.
don't think that I would get any kind of privileges.
No, but
No.
they will,
But I wanna see what happens.
There's a billion girls who have gone, I'm going to touch the blinds too, and they get fucking
Yeah. you
I'll kill you.
Okay.
I mean, the bouncers there are so big because the clientele is a bunch of juice head Guidos that you need to be able to fight and lift them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
they're bouncers on their off night, so you need bouncers who can bounce
Yeah.
the bouncers.
Yeah. The other thing too, it's so tight in certain spots there. If you do see the flashlight, like head on a swivel.
Yeah, 'cause
because
someone's getting-
There is no like, hey Steve, get out of the way. Like I know
They
you,
will
you know,
fucking boom.
You're
boom.
getting rolled through.
Yeah.
and you
So
just be
it's
a
a
victim of-
stampede.
Yeah, it's crazy.
I
I
always
also-
said,
I mean,
my
those
rule.
are-
You want my rules for DJs?
Those are the worst of the worst. You go to a bar trying to get into a fight, and people think that's a good night.
Yeah, I hate that
Like-
shit. My rule for DJs is it's like reverse like vampire. It's like, or I guess it is vampire, right? Like if once the sun goes down, get
Get the fuck out. Yeah.
Like it for me, it was like you come off the beach. It's like an outdoor bar. It's fine, and then the sun goes down and the blinds go down. It becomes like
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
kind of.
yeah, yeah.
So I was always like, let's get like a cocktail of DJs and then get the fuck out because our people. Let's go to fucking yuppie
yeah.
Parker
I
House,
used
you
to
know?
reverse. I like when my friends had a house down there. I was going out all the time. We wouldn't walk in until about 11:30 at night.
Yeah.
Closed
yeah,
at
no.
2 and do the, and
Right.
that was when it was better.
Right.
It's now kind of shift. I think the day shift is better. I also think just in general, like as I got a little bit older, like day drinking became way more fun than. at
Yeah,
night. So it's
I don't want to be up
Yeah.
like late now at all.
I actually
but
hate that, though. I hate it when you day drink and then nobody wants to go out at night. That's like my least favorite thing. Is when
You're still
everyone's
young.
like- Yeah.
Nothing. Yeah.
What,
Nothing.
what do you go to like Parker House, Osprey, all those other ones? Or
I've been
you
to Parker.
strictly,
Yeah, I've been to Parker. I've been to Bar.
When you say like I've been though, you mean like once? Like the same way I've gone to DJs a couple times, or you go there a
Parker
bunch?
7 or 8 times.
Give me
I would
you
say.
rank the bars quickly for me.
DJ's 1. I do think. Yeah, probably put Parker 2. Leggett's I'd put it 3, and then Osprey like.
What about like Bar A,
Oh yeah,
Jenks,
Bar A,
Headliner,
oh.
Columns, all that shit, like all of them.
yeah. I had never been a headliner.
Really?
No, because it's a knockoff DJs.
Yeah, that is true. That is true.
I'd go. Yeah, DJ's Parker, Leggett's.
Osprey,
What was the other one you said too?
Jenks, Bar A.
Jenks, Bar A, Pros.
Bar A is unbelievable.
Osprey.
Except I don't know.
Osprey's
I'm dating myself. I don't know how they do it now. But getting into Bar A, you need a passport and an ID and a
No,
credit
you
card.
can't
and
have a passport. They send you home if you have a passport.
At Bar A?
That's not-
Oh, I used to have like you
Yeah,
needed,
you
all
needed
of them.
2 forms. And
Yeah,
shit.
it was
It's
crazy.
But yeah, Bar A.
But I just remember going there like years ago, and it was like too much. let alone if
Yeah.
you're there with everybody on those cameras. I think it's going to be
Yeah,
interesting.
so you guys are gonna get swamped, but it's gonna be nuts.
Well, Uncle Rico will show him the
We'll
ropes.
see. Yeah, it's gonna be a good show. I think it's gonna be a great show.
All right. Good
right.
work.
Good. I was a good Santa. I want that on the
That was a good Santa. Sony Pictures Classics proudly presents Oh Hi, the new comedy directed by Sophie Brooks and starring Molly Gordon as Iris and Logan Lerman as Isaac about their first romantic weekend getaway as a couple that goes awry. That is like, I mean, from Seinfeld to like real life.
I've Googled it now. I've heard great things about this.
Yeah.
I've heard very good things. David Cross is in it.
I feel like whenever these come across our desk, it's because they got a banger and they want people to know about it. So it's a dark romantic comedy that takes on the highs and lows of modern dating and the ways it makes us all a little crazy. Oh Hi has played to laughs and sellout crowds at Sundance and the Tribeca Film Festivals. Yeah. Hollywood Reporter raves that it contains one of the best comedy sex scenes to grace the big screen in some time. What do you think is the number one prior to this?
Comedy sex scene. Charlie and Sonny came to mind in the ski weekend.
Wow.
I think it was the first time Doggy was ever
on TV. I think it's American Pie.
American Pie.
Yes, that's the gold standard.
Definitely the gold standard.
But apparently, Oh Hi's got it beat. So go see Oh Hi starring Molly Gordon and Logan Lerman only in theaters on July 25th. Tickets are on sale at ohimovie.com. That's OHHI movie.com for more info. Oona's list.
shit.
Let's go. I think
let me just double check this real quick.
It's not. Yeah, don't get your hopes too far up right now.
I think Oona has arrived.
Oh, yes.
Two.
Well, we were talking
bathrooms?
earlier about before the show started. Oona and I were sitting here, and she was telling me how she's gone viral, and then she told me that she's trying to fix her problem.
Oh, your bathroom problem?
No. Well, more like now everyone's saying that I'm lying, and I'm like, what if I'm lying? So then when I have to use the bathroom now, I'm like, I will wait for 10 minutes to go to the bathroom to try to figure it out before I go. Like, I'll literally be sitting there being like, all right, I know it's going to be.
How could we confirm?
I'm never right. I'm never right.
This is too weird. But I was going to be like, how about if you predict correctly, I'll give you money, and then you're incentivized to. But I really don't want to go down.
No, I don't need money to be incentivized. Like, I'm trying really hard, and I'm not getting it.
I'd be like, I'm really curious for what happens to you 10 years down the road.
Yeah.
You think something bad's going to happen?
Well, just like, first of all, as I said in the clip, and as I said to you before the show, I do think you should mention it to a doctor. Second of all, I'm curious I don't know what your future holds in store for you, but I don't know where your hopes and dreams are. But perhaps one day you're pregnant. Do you know? Are you like this is the baby push, or are you like this is a pee and a baby comes out? I don't know how that works, but I guess.
I mean, that would be the best way to have a baby, not even knowing, then it comes out.
Oh yeah, you think you gotta take a quick piss,
and you have a human.
And there's a baby.
The best way.
The best way.
Well,
Peggy Olsen style. They show up in the
it's
hospital and you're the fucking kid.
Yeah.
I'm gonna know it's there because I'm gonna have a big belly.
But
You might.
You might. You most
never
likely
know.
will. But there are stories. Look, I'm not saying it's a common thing, but there are stories of it happening where you're like.
I would also say, you know what you're going to go to the bathroom.
Yeah.
So you're a little different.
I don't know. Maybe you're right. Maybe I got one cooking right now.
But I think between that, and she's doing a good job with KFC Radio and Midnight Bee and stuff, and joined the beach house. It's like, people know your name now.
Good job, Oona.
Yeah.
Thanks.
What do you got on your list?
Thanks. Well, I thought this is so funny. When I came in, I was asking John about the Nadu thing, and I was like, so were you following it? And the reason you weren't was so funny to me. Can you explain? Can you tell them?
Well,
you're not. Have you heard this?
No.
You won't be surprised by this at all. It is funny, but for
I didn't think it's so. I just thought it was so on brand. It was like hilarious.
So obviously, I actually meant to say this before with the Rico stuff. Anyway, obviously, it was a big deal. I was flying while it was happening.
Oh.
And my flight took off from Heathrow, and I got comfy. And on a plane, you hear you can, even if it's not yours, you can like a phone just hit the floor. You just know. You're like that was a phone. And I got comfy right as my plane was taking off, and I heard boom, and I was like, that was my fucking phone. And I was in the middle, and I was like, I'm not gonna make everyone move, so I just went, I'm not gonna have my phone for 7 hours, whatever. And
you did have a TV though, right?
I had a TV. Yeah. I was watching TV.
Yeah.
And then we landed. Everyone got out of the aisle. I picked up the phone. Like the first thing I saw, because I think it was all anyone. It was like my entire timeline was just all Nadu stuff, and I was like, I would have been pretty locked into that.
Yeah, that would have been
a pretty fun
7
thing.
hours of just
a pretty fun thing to follow while I sat here on a plane.
I did love a lot of people were like, who cares? Like, this is so like you have some weird like inter-office like drama, and I was like, it was trending next to NATO and Kobe.
Yeah.
Like ordinarily I would agree with like who does care, but like a lot of people care.
But like who cares? Doesn't definitively everybody.
Yeah.
You can't say who
25,000
cares.
people were
It's a
watching.
trending topic.
Yeah. Number one.
X amount of people care. There's a legitimate
There was
number
a guy
you can tell.
There was a guy who said to me, "Oh, really? Like your dumb office drama was the number one trend?" And I was like, "Yes." And then he was like, I think the one guy was like, "Okay,
oh,
I'll
that
take
dumb
it back."
basketball game was the trend. Yeah, that's
this
what
is
people
what
were
people
talking
are
about
watching.
today.
Yeah.
So because hashtag Nadu, is it supposed to look like a Bitcoin type?
It does look like a
Yeah,
crypto coin.
crypto coin type thing?
Naflu. Jeff Naflu.
The phone thing reminds me of, I remember one time, because you've done this before, you've dropped your phone and like you just listen to something like audiobook, like a TV show, like as if it were an audiobook
Yeah,
the whole
I
time.
do that.
But I remember one time my friend was talking to a guy and he was on a flight and then he stopped texting back like after a while. And then she was like the flight should have been landed by now. Like, I don't know why he's not texting back. So then we were like, we were like trying to figure out like other options. Like maybe he dropped his phone. We had heard a story one time that somebody dropped their phone like in a first class seat, and like you have to like unscrew it for it to be taken out.
Yeah.
And then so we're like, that obviously happened. Like he obviously like didn't text back because he dropped his phone and like the whatever. And then we were like, that would be really weird if that were to happen. I was like, well, it happened to Feits one time. Like he dropped his phone. Like it's really actually easy to drop your phone during the.
It's
during the
really
flight.
easy, and
So
it's
then-
hard to get. So you go, whatever. I got a TV.
I'm with you, but like if at the very beginning of the flight, I think I'd be like, really quick, let me get up. I won't bother you
Yeah.
again, but I gotta get my phone.
Well, especially
hour one.
Especially if it's far enough away to where you have to get up and you just want your phone to sit that far away for 7 hours.
Yeah, you're crazy.
Yeah.
Like
Wait.
that's the crazy part to me. Like the fact that you're saying, these people would have had to move and get up. That means your phone's like pretty damn far away, and you want
you
it to
couldn't
just
just,
sit
like-
that far for that many hours.
Yeah, well, I checked the immediate floor. Like I did see if I could bend down to grab it, and I couldn't. And once I couldn't, I was just like,
What's also funny is
whatever.
it could have been right. Feitelberg just couldn't reach it.
Yeah.
Normal humans would have just been like, I got my phone.
It was so yeah. It was like I would have inconvenienced 3 people to get my phone, and that doesn't seem fair. So I didn't.
You
It
are
was-
the most
but then-
polite man in the world.
Then we ended up looking up, okay, so how long would it take to unscrew a first class seat to figure out?
This guy has 45 minutes of no text. Otherwise, he should be texting me back.
Still didn't text back. We had looked it up. We looked up the flight to see if there'd been a story about somebody losing his phone. Girls are so crazy.
They're so crazy, dude. I mean,
What happened?
He just didn't text
he just
back.
text. He just probably just stopped texting.
Yeah.
I think that was
crazy.
my number one thing when I finally was like, I have to stop being on my phone. Like when people were expecting things in time.
Yeah.
It's like, you don't know where my phone is. You don't have an expectation of when I'm going to
Bro,
text you back. You don't know if my phone's on the floor of a plane. You know if it's in a pot.
Or
like,
I'm
you know-
busy or whatever.
Yeah,
like
and when people started being like, "Well, you took too long to respond," I was like, "All right, I fucking need a little distance from this thing."
So I've been watching Mad Men a lot, and like there was just a scene where the house phone rang and they just like didn't answer it. You know?
Yeah.
And I was like, I kind of remember doing that. Just like I'm not gonna get up and get the phone. And now you
I
just
don't
can't do
feel
that.
like it right now.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
I'm doing something. I'm
or like especially when it's a house phone, it's like this isn't for me.
yeah.
So I'm good. I guess the fact that you know it's for you every time, but like it really that life of like maybe I'll do it, maybe I won't, like whatever is just so gone now.
Yeah.
It's kind of sad. Like I don't like it.
Right.
As much as I love the internet and phones and social media and all the stuff that like gave birth to all this, there's another side of me that's like I wish all of it was gone. Like the Mad Men lifestyle. I've said this before. I'm sure it's exaggerated a little bit, but I'm sure there's some truth to it. The amount of shit that people just did because you could not get caught at all.
Like what?
You could fuck somebody. You could just like leave work. Like Don just like leaves work. It goes to like California and doesn't come back for a while, and they're just like, we don't know where Don is. I don't know. It's just because nobody can get to you. No one. I don't know. Maybe we'll turn up.
Yeah.
You know, it was just a whole life. Like how I think that's why the lipstick on the collar became like a thing, because it was like we have to show somehow that he cheated, because otherher's you would never get caught. And it's like I fucked this person far away. They don't know who I am, where I live, how to find me. They're not gonna find you. You know. There was just so much freedom back. It was probably a bad thing, but I think we've gone too far the other direction where it's like, why didn't you text me back in 5 seconds?
Yeah.
I mean, I've talked about this a million times, but the fact that people track each other's phones like it's normal.
Yeah.
If you tell a couple like that's weird, they're like, oh, you're hiding something.
Yeah,
you're
like,
insecure.
what if
It's like,
something happens to you? Like, well, you can't do anything.
Right.
So,
right. That to me is the worst.
I
thing
very
about the
much
modern
hate that about porn, like the feeling of. I was in Chicago for a dozen, and I guess I'm comfortable saying it now. But I was on a flight with KB, or like we had like the same time flight, and he was coming to New York, and I was like, don't worry, I won't tell anybody you're there. And he was like, no, you can, it's fine. And he's like, I don't have time to do anything, but like, I don't care.
Yeah.
And I was like, no, I don't like I don't like people knowing where I am.
Right.
Because it obviously you still have all of your autonomy and all your freedom, but you just still feel responsible to other
like
people.
someone's watching you or whatever it is.
I know someone I don't like anyone knowing.
Yeah, especially if you're like. If you go to a town, city, whatever, where like you have friends, and
it's like I
they
gotta
expect me to. Like,
I'm on vacation. I got to meet up with 15 people now.
Right, I don't do this. Yeah, I'm with you on that. It's I don't like it. I don't like it. What do you got, Oona?
Have you guys heard of Only Philanthropy?
Yes, this is the AT&T
The
chick.
AT&T.
I saw
yeah.
this on
Yeah,
you.
she calls it Only Philanthropy. At first I was so the chick from AT&T, Lily is her character's name. She's like the kind of like the Can You Hear Me Now spokesperson from a couple years ago. She directs those commercials and cast herself in it, and then made sure that she dressed very modestly in like button-ups and turtlenecks and shit because she has bombs. And then once the internet figured out that she was like very curvy, they obviously like completely sexualized her like they turned that woman into like a freak, you know what I mean? And so she started doing what she's describing as fun and flirty, sexy and flirty photo shoots for good, where she picked out a single mom who got displaced from the first round of wildfires a couple months ago, and she raised money by selling these pictures for the single mom, and now she's doing it again for 30 families. The first time, do you know how much she made?
No.
How much do you think she made for this single mom, like taking these pictures?
250?
200 grand. So now she's decided to 30 exit. She's doing 30 families. Now, I don't think it's going to be like everyone gets 200, but like she must be super duper confident that like, okay, we'll do this for real and we'll make a lot of money if I'm going to bring in 29 other families.
Yeah.
She's charging, it's like $69 for one photo, $150 for 3 photos, and then like $1,000 for 4 digital photos and 1 Polaroid. Those like the 3 tiers. So there are people out there paying like $1,000, I guess, and I guess a lot of them because you mean 200 grand.
Yeah.
For 3 pictures and a Polaroid of, I don't know. It looks like she's like in a field with like a sundress on, like kind of being flirty. Like,
how's this work legally speaking though? Like, is that a tax write-off?
Yeah.
probably.
$3.
Yeah.
$1,000 philanthropy.
There you go. I was doing a good cause. That's why it's a great
AT&T
idea.
Chick's titties.
But like, how? What do you? I wonder.
I saw
what
that
she's-
AT&T chick's titties. Mind taking that off my taxes?
I was inclined to buy them just because I'm very curious of like, if you're making 200 grand and it's just like a flirty picture of you in a dress, that's fucking insane.
Yeah.
I would imagine the people buying that are not thinking like, I'm gonna see you in a nice white dress, right?
Yeah.
I mean, it seems like she was pretty like fun, flirty. Like I'm not expecting to see fucking labia.
That's what I mean. But yeah, but the people who would be like, I need to buy that or want labia. You know what I mean? It feels like there's a disconnect in like the product and the.
But if you like,
And
I've always I don't know what she did the first time before she ever released them.
I
but
can't believe these aren't. I was like, these pictures obviously have leaked, and I didn't find any.
I think the OnlyFans, I think they run that pretty tight ship, but I'm sure they use the same technology. Like I don't think you can like screenshot stuff.
Yeah, but I think for something like this, somebody would take a picture of a phone or posted the Polaroid or whatever it is. You know what I mean?
The whole concept like of OnlyFans. Do you guys not get enough like free porn?
I think
to be satisfied.
I
I'm
think
confused
there's
with why.
I think the real appeal of OnlyFans is like the people think they're like connecting.
I think it's the connecting,
The texting
and then like
and
I think there's probably like the power dynamic of like you're doing this because I asked.
It's
you
a
to
little
do
bit
it.
or the opposite, little Findomish, where it's like.
Yeah.
Like these guys love to be like, I'm her number one. I paid $30,000 this year. Like there's that weird element.
OnlyFans is the exact thing that like does not make it hot to me. Where like I think porn's cool because it's like two people fucking who are like enjoying fucking.
That's usually what. Yeah.
Like
That's how I
OnlyFans is
would
like,
describe it.
hey, can you do this for me?
Yeah,
And then it's like I'll
Rate
pay you for
my
it.
dick.
And I
Yeah.
feel like I think that just doesn't really make it.
But I also it's not for me. But I could see why. Like when people are like, I can't believe people pay for porn and there's so much free stuff. It's like I think they're paying for something else.
Yeah, right.
You know?
They're paying, I think, to feel power. To be like,
Yeah.
I'll give you $100 if you fart into this cake or what the fuck it is that they do.
And then the
Cake
I
farts
think
is a fun video. Cake farts.
that's a legend.
Cake farts is worth $100.
That was legendary.
Yeah.
Like,
if you haven't seen Cake farts, go look up Cake farts.
yeah,
It's worth
that's
it.
more funny than anything. You know. I also think the real appeal is like it's a regular girl.
Yeah.
Like when every OnlyFans girl, there is several hundred people who are like, I went to high school with that girl. I'm gonna find out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? There's only like one person I know that does it, but I was like, I'm gonna take a look. once there's any sort of like I've seen you before or we're friends or whatever,
Yeah.
like I know you, like I'm gonna take a look at that.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, if you just pay for like I don't know, like Adriana Chechik's fucking Bella Dangers, we had her in here, like she's making $150 a month, like. I don't think you need to do that, guys.
Yeah.
But yeah, that only philanthropy. There's also part of me. That Milana Weintraub, I believe was her name. She was very like, I don't like being sexualized, and like, you know, these men are treating me poorly and all that. But like, there's some side of you that wants to do this. I think
when she did the, I remember this is years ago, hearing about how she did direct them, and
Yeah.
I think she like put out a statement. She's like, I'm the director. I choose wardrobe. That like I think people were complaining.
There was a story that she all of the commercials she was behind a desk all of a sudden.
Yeah.
And you couldn't see like any of her body, and they were like, "Oh, AT&T told her to stop." And
Yes.
she was like,
Exactly.
I made the decision." Yeah.
And that always reminds me of the Pete Holmes joke about his wife, who is very chesty. Apparently, I don't know. I haven't seen her, and he's like, "It just sucks." Like taking it home to mom, and you think,
yeah.
This is what turns me on. And he's like, what do you say? He's like, you can't put a tarp over a porch. Be like, look at this big fucking house with no porch.
Yeah. But I mean, hey, it's for a good cause. If you're helping out 30 families, good for you, girl. Phoenix is the first drink that combines everything I need in one bottle. This is not your typical energy drink. Phoenix gives me energy from green tea instead of that artificial caffeine garbage with 0 sugar and 100% daily value of 8 essential vitamins for immunity. There's literally nothing on the market that delivers this complete functionality. Whether you're crushing morning workouts or fighting through that brutal 3 p.m. crash, Phoenix has you covered. No jitters, no crash, just sustained performance when it matters most. Phoenix is built for people like us who answer the call and need to be at our best when everything's on the line. We get knocked down, but we get back up. And Phoenix fuels that relentless mindset. Stop settling for drinks that only do one thing. Get Phoenix and fuel your hustle the complete way. Shop at drinkphx.com.
New Justin Bieber album bangs. So good.
I gave it 4 songs and I was out. If you, it's
Not for me.
It's,
I really like Daisies though. That song's good.
Daisies is
But
so
Daisies also is the only song on the album that sounds like that.
if you drop an album with like 30 songs, you didn't drop an album. Like,
I agree with
that. You did not make 30 good songs.
Yeah.
So
I
curate it more, and then I will give it an effort. I will give
not
it a
agree
try.
more.
But it's like walking into the fucking Cheesecake Factory. It's like, here's
many.
our fucking menu. It's a book. I'm like, I'm not
You
gonna
also,
fucking do
I
this.
think you can do that at certain times in your career. It's not right now for like Bieber. Lil Wayne just did it. The Carter 6
Oh,
had
I
21
hate when Lil
songs,
Wayne
and
does it. That's like his
it's like
thing.
those guys are at a point where to be honest, if I was on that level, I don't think I would do any album. I think I would just keep doing singles. But if I was going to do an album, I would pick 10 songs and have the 10 best producers and the 10 best features, and like that's it. You know what I mean? Because the whole point of like being that big and that famous is you have all those connections and you have the relationships and you can do the collaborations. You know what I mean? So fucking do that.
But also, like, as like Bieber's an artist, right? And like when you make art, it's because you're going through something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so like you don't have 30 songs about this subject that you're
I guess you
going
could say
through.
the opposite. Like, I mean, maybe he's going through it and he's like, "This is what I made."
It could be, but that many songs, like I'm just like it's like if you showed me a collage of pictures and I'm like, I'm not gonna look like a fucking hold up a poster board and it's got 100 pictures on it.
Yeah.
I'm like, that's too many pictures.
Same thing, you know,
if you show me 3 pictures, I'll look at them and I'll be like, oh, you tried. This is like interesting. This is like that. What particularly now with these two, like you know it's just done for streaming numbers, which is a bitch that has to happen that way, and that sucks. But just like I know it looks like a marketing money grab, and there are 30 songs, so there's probably no through like anything
too many
to follow through.
There are a bunch of skits on there too, but that's another thing that's like I don't know, don't do that. That just feels like it's. I used to like that, like that's such a lost art. Like interludes and skits and intros and outros used to like it was a whole cohesive thing, and now it's just like I'm skipping that because it's streaming and I don't need to.
I was actually walking into I was at the Tower of London, and I was like looking at the Royal Jewels, Crown Jewels, and as I was walking there, obviously like you walk in like through a safe door, like a vault door gets shut every night probably, and they have security guards there. And as I was walking in, one of the security guards, a guy, was talking to a woman. He goes, "Did you hear the new Bieber album? It's shit." And I went, "It's absolute shit." And he went, "Thank you, mate." And like I didn't break stride. And it was like
everybody.
It was just
had a
so
moment.
perfect.
Yeah.
I was like, "It's absolute shit."
I think though, I think this album is not resonating with the whites, but I think it's a more R&B.
Almost scratches
and I think,
like a Frank Ocean itch.
I think that's what it is, and I think the people who like that are very into it.
Yeah.
I was waiting for I wanted like Purpose Bieber, right? That was Sorry and what do I mean and all that shit. And he's in his. It's not clocking to us how he's in his.
But I feel like if
R&B bag,
I feel like if it was like 12 like pop songs though, it would have been kind of sad because it's like he's obviously going through something, and it just feels like somebody like is holding him at gunpoint, being like, make hits, make hits. You know what I mean?
That's true.
I also, he's certainly big enough to do it this way, to do like the surprise drop, but I'm a little surprised by that.
Yeah, it's like his first album in like 10 years.
Long time, and he just dropped it. Some people are speculating that. Have you seen the whole thing with the Clips album?
No.
So the Clips put out an album, which is awesome, by the way. If you're into rap, it's a fucking great album. And I don't like Pusha T or the Clips, so if I like it, then like the fans of it really like it. But they did this like massive rollout, and they were on Def Jam, and then they said Def Jam tried to censor one of the verses. I think the Kendrick Lamar verse or something was said on a feature, and Def Jam was like, we don't want that. I think because the Drake and Kendrick thing. And they like left the label because of that. They were like, you can't tell us like what to censor.
Yeah.
So Def Jam and the Clips are now at odds, and Bieber is on Def Jam.
Okay.
And the Clips did this huge rollout and put that album out on that day, and then he has a surprise drop on the same day. And some people are saying that Def Jam like made him do it so that the Clips wouldn't be number one and all this shit, which I thought was kind of a weird stretch. But then
I
Bieber,
think that's a humongous stretch.
But then Bieber reshared. He posted on his Instagram, like somebody posted being like, Bieber's album is for like men and Clips albums are for like children or something like that, and he like reshared it, which was a very weird move.
But like, we're talking about it. Like it's like good marketing.
Yeah. It just seemed like a strange. Like I would, if I was, I would not pick a fight with the Clips.
I think that Def Jam has hundreds of millions of dollars wrapped up in Justin Bieber. I don't think they'd be like throw that out the window for an impromptu album drop.
But that's also what makes the surprise albums are like. I mean, Bieber can do it, but I feel like almost he's bare. Like I don't know. That feels like a Taylor Swift and Beyonce thing. Like that's it.
Yeah.
Like everybody else should.
But Bieber's right there.
He is in like stature, but like music wise, he's really not. I mean, he has like doesn't have that many albums and that many. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but I mean, I'm talking just popularity.
Yeah, just
like,
the status. Yeah, he can do that.
He's that much below them.
Yeah.
Like maybe a little bit, but like. I just think it would be insane if they were like, we're mad at Def Jam, so we're gonna make our golden goose do something he doesn't want to do.
Yeah. I mean, it's obviously a crazy conspiracy theory, but then when he shared that thing, it only like put fuel on the fire. You like it though?
I like it. I was kind of honored too when you're like, oh, black people like it. I was like,
fuck
yeah, dude, same. But I've been trying really hard to understand like. I like Hailey Bieber, but her Instagram story about this that everyone like loves makes no sense to me. Do you guys know what she posted?
Like, is it clocking to you idiots one?
Yeah, she was like, is it clocking you fucking losers? And I'm like, is what? That he was making an album? He was still... Because it was almost like she was like, this is why he was acting like an asshole.
Well, that's what I took it to mean, like, all of this has been like a rollout. And like...
Oh, I took it to mean like...
Yeah.
I took it to mean like, look, he's been acting like an asshole because of this. And I'm like, well, that doesn't really make it.
Doesn't
Like,
excuse
it's not
it.
really like a diss. Like, you didn't really dunk on anyone for
Yeah.
being like, see, he acts like a dick when he's making music. Like,
I don't think it makes sense in any of it. Like,
Yeah.
I took it the way you took it, and I'm like, that wasn't a great rollout.
No.
Yeah,
like,
at all.
yeah, there are, like, the clips just did a great rollout where they didn't look like fucking assholes. Like,
What
just
were you
do
gonna say,
cool
Jay?
in events and interviews, you know?
I just took it to think like that he's standing on business. Like, oh, are you guys getting it now? He's standing on business, but maybe not. Maybe
I
he's
also
just making a
think that,
rollout.
like, the whole Bieber clocking thing has just become, like, this,
Yeah.
you know,
So it's
in
just
this
like a funny-
zeitgeist phrase, and it's just a funny thing to say. But that guy, he has every right as a dude who has been in the spotlight and pretty much exploited or maybe, like, literally abused, if you believe some stories, since he was, like, 12.
Yeah.
So if there's anybody who really has the right to, like, hate the paparazzi, it would be him. Also, he just gets mad about it every single time.
Yeah.
Like, I would just think by now he would be like, let's just put my head down and go. It's like, do you want to fight it it's not stopping.
I saw Sean Penn. It's just comes down to personality, but I saw Sean
Yeah.
Penn talking about it. Like when he was younger, he's old now, and it was like he was old in the clip, just talking about his younger life, and he was explaining it in a way where I was like, I get it. Like
Yeah, I, as I'm thinking through it, I'm probably the type who would pick a fight every single
Yeah.
time. Especially, I think if I had, if it was like right now and my kids were like involved, I think I would not cause a scene. I'd be like we just have to make sure we get to our destination and be safe and like that. But if it was just like me single, like what he's been most of this time, I think I would probably pick a fight.
He
every
was
single
like,
time.
again, it made perfect sense. Where he's like, your home is the one place you can be comfortable.
Yeah.
You know you can be comfortable. He's like, and at that time of my life, every
couldn't
time
be.
I went home, there were 30 people outside my house with cameras, and I was like, yeah, I get, like,
Yeah.
it's just like even just the drive up to your house, being like, oh, thank God I'm home, and then it's there's a fucking chaos of people out here invading my privacy. Again, I don't think I would snap, but I see how it's possible.
It was to bring it back to Falcon, like that was why he went on Larry King Live. Like I believe that guy was doing everything for attention, and it was like a hoax for publicity. But he said they said to him that you better like give them a soundbite or an interview, or they're going to be here for 2 weeks. So he was like, all right, so I got to do this.
Yeah.
I think it should be illegal to do that. Like, well, paparazzi in general, but when like there was cameras and lights and cars parked in front of his house for like weeks.
Yeah.
And I guess that's freedom of press. And I guess
public streets,
and I
public
guess that's
sidewalks.
like important that like the press can go cover anything and like so you can't suppress it or whatever. But on the other side, it's like I don't think you should be able to, there's kids, there's family, there's neighbors, and you're just like ruining that neighborhood for your story. I don't know. That seems like it shouldn't be allowed, but I guess then it gets a slippery slope. But
Yeah, I think then it's like, well, what stories are important enough
Yeah,
to do it? And you're like,
yeah.
well, I don't
know. I would just say
you use common
I
sense.
would definitively. Yeah, we need that director of common sense. I would definitively say this guy that we thought was in a balloon and wasn't. We can just end it there.
The only other thing I have is one of the Karen Reed jurors just got arrested by the FBI for like leaking information about the case, and they haven't really. It just happened, so they haven't really said much about what information. But I was just wondering, like, do you think they just like told a friend something about the
I was
case?
gonna say
'Cause
Jackie should get arrested.
I was gonna say
about her jury
I didn't really know people
No,
took that
true.
that seriously, but I guess they do because she's like in like an
after the.
FBI
I feel like after the
holding-
fact it
Yeah,
should
after
be
that.
allowed.
They said it was
I
fine.
don't know.
She was doing it during the trial?
I don't know. There was like I couldn't. Yeah, sorry.
I would imagine if you're arrested, they probably were able to prove that it was like happening
Yeah.
during and at a time where you're not allowed to. But that whole thing, man, is like.
Oh, leaking names. It seems like, which I feel like that should be illegal after also.
That's a different story. If you like tell everyone who's on the jury so that all these people show up at their house,
Right.
that part should be not allowed. In talking to like Kirk and Ryan Whitney and like people who live up there or from up there, like obviously there was a national news and we all heard about it, but up there it like took over the world.
Oh.
It took over their lives.
In my experience, like the rest of the world was late.
yeah,
Like
they've been doing
for
it for years.
a year and a half or whatever, it was all anybody
Yeah.
talked about. It was.
It's so funny that it's just like, if it's a attractive enough female, it just goes
yeah.
10x. You know what I mean?
That's all it was.
Yep.
Like
Yep.
it was. It was
And there
to
was
the point
enough
where-
like sort of detail, like she fucked the friend or like was texting, "I want to fuck you" or whatever. Like you got a decent looking woman and some sex, and it becomes
Shot of Fall River. It was Memorial Day 2024. I was in my buddy's car with his sisters, and we were in a bar parking lot. We just pulled the car into the bar parking lot, and he turned the car off. He looked around. He goes, "Everyone, get your Karen retakes out now, because if we talk about it in there and someone hears it, it's the whole bar's going to talk about it."
Does anyone think she did it?
I think if you are a like avid back the blue type supporter, you just like ride against her.
In my experience, and this isn't extreme, I didn't follow the case. I didn't talk to many people about it, but like, I know a lot of people from Massachusetts. In my experience, the people who are typically back the blue people were completely pro Karen Reed.
Really? Oh, so maybe I'm wrong.
Again, it's very do not take that.
I think it was pretty egregious. Some of like the cops' behavior. Where
did you watch the documentary?
I did. I kind of had it on. That was another one that was like this is like several parts. And I was like,
it's really good. The whole thing is.
It was crazy that she did it. That could have like. I think that was ultimately a negative for her. I think people came out going, I don't know if she did it, but she's definitely kind of like shady and like trashy, and to do that in the middle of your trial where like it could go good for you, it could go bad. It seems like a big fucking risk. I wonder if she just got a fat bag of money for it. But yeah, I don't know anybody personally that was like, yeah, she did that shit.
No, me neither.
So then like usually if there's some drama, there's like you would know 50-50, and it just seems like there was none.
It seemed like
that's why I wonder why it's so big, because I'm like, I don't feel like anyone really thinks she did it.
I think the only thing that made it like she had a tough road was that the cops were the other side of it, so they could like kind of fudge things and fuck things up.
But that is also like the disappointing part of it, and I know it happens with every story, but you're like, with this one in particular, you're like, you only reason you don't think it was the cops is because it's an attractive woman. Yeah. So just keep like that energy a little bit when it's anyone else.
They almost need to like when these stories hit, like they need to just be like suspect A and like have a blank pic, you know what I mean? And then like 2 weeks into it, we reveal, and it's like oh shit, she's hot. Fuck.
Like The Voice, but
like
you
don't know until.
Do you think like in the murder world, there's like trendy people to capture? Because I could see a world in which, with this, they're like, all right, like we can't be capturing like attractive females.
Are you
anymore.
saying capturing like kidnapping,
killing, whatever? Because then it's like, okay, if we kill like a young female, like we're gonna get caught. So like let's start going for
uglies,
like
kill the uggos, and they won't catch us.
Yes,
but nobody wants to kill uglies. They want to kill the hot girls.
They
want to rape and kill the sexy chicks.
Like
Come on,
that's been the thing forever. Like kidnap a white kid.
Yeah,
that's getting a ton of press.
Gabby Petito type shit.
Yeah, but like maybe there actually is an uptick in like Indian boys getting. Was that racist? It was just like I was just thinking of non-white
Indian boys.
I was just thinking of non-white girls.
I think that's racist.
I don't think it was
Indian
racist.
Boys exist.
Could have been construed as.
Well,
let's get the ugly people, Indian men.
No, I wasn't saying ugly. I wasn't saying ugly. I'm just saying like boys.
Yeah, the opposite of
like
of hot girls, Indian men.
No, not hot girls.
I get it. No, I got
it's
it.
It's kind of a good.
Yeah, you just think like maybe there is an uptick in.
Well, no, I mean the real.
I was gonna say black boys, but then that felt racist.
No. The real, actual, and depressing truth is it's Native American women. They like get kidnapped and killed all the time, and nobody ever cares.
Oh, I didn't. No, why Native American woman?
Because nobody cares about them. Like it never makes the news. It's like up in what was that movie?
Wind River.
Yeah, really good movie about it.
Yeah,
but that's like
a
real thing that like, there's Payne Lindsay did a Up and Vanished about it. Like there's true crime about it where it's like pretty consistently like in some of those. I don't know. That's like what the Dakotas and those areas where there's still tribes and it's very small town. It's like they just disappear and nobody cares.
Yeah.
So, here's your answer, racist.
Yeah, well, now you made it dark.
Yeah,
it's the
let's go with Indian boys.
Go for the Indian boys.
Veep joke when Selena Meyer goes, Alabama, first in alphabetical order, last in every other fucking thing. And then Ben goes, I'm not so sure. I think it's the #1 state you can get away with murdering a black guy.
Pretty fucking true. All
right.
right.
Every
I got
other
these
fucking
blue light
thing.
glasses I've been holding. I kind of look like Dahmer in them. They're kind of Dahmer-esque.
Oh yeah, that's that would be like your signature look.
They're actually basically my sunglasses. They're just.
I just
clear.
noticed that. I just got my eyes are so bad these days, so I had to get them. If anyone's
Your
wondering, it's
eyesight?
not like a pick me thing. Like wearing them. It's just like
That's what we've all
they're
been
kind
thinking
of
this
they
whole
need to
time.
be wiped.
These don't do anything. these
You look,
are these-
you look so serial killer
Like
esque.
you,
Oh my God.
something is going on right
Well,
now.
yeah. I mean, I'm a white man wearing the Dahmer glasses.
Yeah.
But wait, are you telling me that these are prescription?
No. I'm saying blue lights. Like my eyes are just so tired.
Oh, I thought you meant your eyes were bad because I was like, these are not real.
No.
They are dirty as
Yeah,
fuck.
they are really dirty because I've been like putting my hands on them all day.
Yeah.
Do they look good?
You look like a serial killer too.
All right.
Anything else?
Let's do it.
Good to go? All right. All right, thanks for watching. Make sure you subscribe, like, and leave a comment below. Click that button.
Or I'll cut off my finger.